It's about International Women's Day 2023, for which all of us have gathered here. Anybody here who knows the theme for this Women Techmakers? The event that we're having today, if you know the theme, if you can guess the theme. Your phones. I want you to take out your phones now. Come on. Okay, yeah. So you have guessed the theme for the event. It is hashtag DareToBe. And how many of you are attending the first meetup of GDG today? Okay, a lot of new audience in the house. And Women's Day 2023. So we did our last International Women's Day with GDG Udaipur and WTM Udaipur in 2019. And post then it was all pandemic era that happened. So 2020, 2021 and 2022. It all went online. Our communities across were resilient enough during COVID era to bring it to you in forms of, online mediums. There were whole day events that we were driving. There were communities from 60 plus GDG chapters in India collaborating and doing it. And anybody here who does not know what GDG exactly does, for that we have a video here. An idea and just about what GDG is actually trying to do in the town. So we're trying to bring developers together, anybody who is a teacher, student of technology, an enthusiast of technology, entrepreneurs, anybody who is trying to solve the problem. We want all of them to come together on a single platform and then start doing all those things together. And it has been 7 years since when I've been doing all these activities into the city. And it's an honor and privilege to bring events of these kind to you. What drove me to bring these events to the city was, I was a part of an organization named ISEC before this. And while I was working with ISEC, I got to learn a lot of things for free because I had people in my network who knew amazing Photoshop skills. I had people who were doing something around WordPress. I had people who were building some kind of websites. And we had an office space somewhere where we used to go and catch up for our regular team meetings and all those things. And after that experience of 1 year got over, I realized that I ended up learning so much from it. But it was not a technology group which was running into Udaipur at that point of time. And that is what actually, drive me to start something like that for technology in Udaipur. I'm very fascinated with the idea of young people coming under one roof and learning something from one another. So that was about Google developers. We quickly moved to what is Women Techmakers. We go to meetups. Out of an audience of 100 people, we are able to spot some 5 or 7 women in the room. And that actually creates a discrimination here because all of us, feel or we resonate with people who look like us, right? And Women Techmakers is that initiative, but we always keep it open for allies and anybody who is willing to support and help bring more women into the panels and more women to the events. So that is about Women Techmakers community. Okay, so we'll now move to the theme of our event, which is hashtag WTM DareToBe. Now what is that DareToBe? It's about daring. It's about doing something which is out of your comfort zone. It's about being brave. Anybody here who did something out of the comfort zone last week? Okay, anybody here who did something out of comfort zone in last 15 days? Okay, what was that?
I am traditionally not a person that cooks a lot, but I went out on a leave and I tried something. It was a horrible experience, but I did that.
You're awesome, that's great. You tried something new, that is awesome. Anybody who tried something new into last 21 days? Okay, what was that?
I tried to learn Spanish.
You're awesome. Anybody who tried to do something within last 1 month? Something which was very new to you? What was that?
Usually I was a very introvert person and then I enrolled in a hackathon.
Okay.
I organized a hackathon.
That's a wonderful experience. So we have amazing stories into the room from last 1 month where somebody tried cooking, somebody tried organizing a hackathon and a lot of different things. My message to you from this slide is every week all of us should have a book or an idea book where you can jot down all your ideas. And these ideas are just like ideas which are very crazy, you feel you cannot do that kind of things. Or maybe you've never ever done those things in your life. So what happens is, till a particular age group, when you're 15, 16, but till that age group you have that tendency of trying something new. But eventually, as you move to higher levels, what happens is you choose a particular arena, that okay, I'm good with coding, I'll go with this, I'll not give any other thing a try. Kind of thing happens with us, right? But we should always try something new. So I want each one of you to keep trying something new every single week. See, I'm not giving it to you for every single day. I'm just saying every single week. You can try. It could be just 10 minutes of effort, 15 minutes of effort. For example, if you have never ever recorded a video and uploaded on YouTube, you should try a 2-minute clip of yourself. Start a channel and just upload it. Even if you don't want to share it with anybody else, well, fine. That's fair enough. But at least start with uploading it. Your next step, next week, will be sharing it with your friends. So it's about just knocking on the doors of those possibilities and opportunities which are beyond what is usual that comes to you.
I sometimes start doubting my pen. Okay.
Yeah. Now this is one thing. Whenever hashtag DareToBe comes, another thing that comes along with is we start. You're very passionate. I want to open my own startup. I'll be having it. And then you go out, discuss it. Sometimes maybe your parents say that this is not a good time, we should go out for jobs or something like that. I'm just taking an example. At other times it will be like you have an amazing idea. You shared it out with 4 different friends, and what they tell you is, no, this is not profitable, so let's not pick it up. Everybody ends up discouraging you. But what I want to say using this is, you have to listen to your heart. And the whole point is, if you think that is working out, and it is going to work out, you should keep investing efforts into that direction. There will be point of times in our life when we will be absolutely vulnerable, miserable. We feel like this is not going to happen or it does not work out, right? But what I want you to do is, these are what is known as circumstantial traps. You're just caught by the situations around you. Like, for example, if there are no meetups happening into the city, you'll have that feeling that, okay, Udaipur does not do anything, so I cannot go anywhere, right? We have people in the room today who are traveling from Rastaman to attend this meetup. Anybody here? Yeah, she's there. She's traveling from Rastaman to attend this meetup here today, right? Because she chose of coming out of that circumstantial trap of nothing is happening into Rastaman. Who's going to take these activities back to Rastaman? It's now your responsibility, to do something out of your comfort zone and take these activities back to Rastaman for the folks who are there in Rastaman. Because I got into Udaipur and I give the lead next to you, right? So that is how it is done. And when nothing moves, it's a circumstantial trap, you're caught. What I want you to do is just observe, even if you are moving by a bit every single day. Is it inch by inch growth? Is it a growth in few centimeters? If you're even this little ahead of where you were yesterday in that fight of yours or in that journey of yours, I think you're doing remarkable. Because if you're caught, you're not doing anything, right? Don't be caught by the circumstantial traps around you. If you feel like nothing is working out, like for example, this is an example, if you want to organize an event, you're not finding a value partner for free. I tell you, you'll find somebody who will give it to you for free. In the city of Lake Udaipur, they'll give it to you for free. But the whole point is, you have to not lose hope for that, If you're thinking about organizing your first event and you think that's not possible, why don't you invite your friends at your own house and do it with just 7 people on a round table conference, right? But at least you did one event, right? That is more important. You're adding value to somebody's life, that is more important. So yeah, it's about, rising above your circumstantial traps and take a pledge to give yourself better lives. And whenever you feel like you're slightly ahead of where you were yesterday, don't forget to appreciate yourself for that. Keep doing that in the process. Yeah, I think most of us have this perception about ourselves, which is not our own perception, but is created by people who are in our surroundings. If somebody comes and tells you, you're a very good singer, you'll be like, yes, I'm a very good singer. If somebody tells you तुझे तो RJ बन जाना चाहिए, next morning you feel like an RJ, right? If somebody tells you तू बस entrepreneur बनने के लिए बना है, and that is what triggers you and you go out and you start doing it. But what I want you to do is, okay, fine, you're responding to all those positive calls in your surroundings. But sometimes what happens is we also end up responding to the negative calls in the surrounding. Code word रहते तो उससे ना हो पाएगा. Have you ever heard this thing? Right? So these are the kind of things which happen, and you start believing in their perceptions. Maybe you wish to do something, but somebody else says that you're good at something else. Don't try this and how. At that point of time, what I want you to do is just challenge it. Just challenge it. And no matter wherever you are into your journeys, it just does not matter. What I want you to think about at that point of time is to be unapologetically yourselves. This is the thing you can take back home. If you feel like you're doing it this scale today, fine, perfect, that's okay, absolutely right. But you should never forget to be unapologetically yourselves. You should keep performing, keep doing what you like doing. It should not be like that you perform certain activities, you play certain games, but since you're not going to Olympics or something like that, you should stop doing it. No, keep doing it. Going ahead is like very important thing. So, log kya kahenge should not matter to you. That's my message to you. I want you to feel and experience how it feels like. If you feel like you're going to fail at something, you should definitely go and fail at it. Reason being, you'll learn something out of it. Your ideas should come to life. There's nothing more bigger priority than that. And you should all focus on doing that. So these are some of those tips. You should always give courageous first attempt to challenges. Just an example that I want to take with you. Suppose Google comes to your inbox and says, hey, I'm hiring, and if you want to apply for the interview, please do apply. And then you go out into your network, you talk to people, they tell you algorithms, data structures, this, that. What you have not studied is what they're going to ask you. And next thing that happens in the process of that is, you get to know that, okay, they're going to blacklist you for another 6 months if you don't make it this time. Your resumes will not be picked up for next 6 months, you end up dropping the opportunity. At the time of dropping the opportunity, what you're thinking is, maybe I'm not ready enough right now. And I'll prepare for 6 months or something like that and I'll give it a second try. I want you to, not postpone that experience. I want you to complete that experience, If they're coming to your inbox asking you to apply, just go and appear for the interview. At least you'll get to know what are the questions they ask to the people in the interviews. And maybe some question stays close to your heart. You go out, you start thinking about it, and that's where you get started with your data structures or algorithms journey. Otherwise, what will happen is 6 months later, also Google again comes to your inbox, you'll still have that same thought in your mind. Because our DareToBes today is something that you are going to decide for yourself. Your DareToBes are nothing which I or somebody else can decide for you. So it says dare to be bold. It says dare to be innovative. I say dare to be creative, dare to be resilient, dare to be a musician, dare to be a singer, dare to be a dancer, dare to be anybody you wish like. Dare to be an entrepreneur, dare to give your ideas a life. You can give many different meanings to this theme. What is that meaning for you is something that you are going to decide for yourselves. The growth that you are experiencing into your journey, because that is what is going to make your lives very beautiful, Does not matter if you have 10 certifications into your inboxes or something like that. If you have failed at 10 projects, does not matter that you are not able to complete those 10 projects. But the point is, whether you were striving for success or you failed, you learned something out of it. That's the most beautiful aspect of it. Okay, so we'll just take the story of Bell for the purpose of this talk. And this is like a cartoonized image of Bell. And I'm really very thankful to Bell for letting me, choose this story for the purpose of this talk and to inspire this audience. This story has aspects of all the points that we talked about previously. And I'm not talking about a success story here today or a failure story today. There are a lot of success stories out there on internet, LinkedIn pages, everywhere, where you'll find a lot of success stories. But we don't have a success story here for you today. And my objective was not to get that success story here for you today. So Belle actually agreed that she can let me share the story with you. And I'll also, quickly connect to Belle. But just give me a sec. Hear us while we are, sharing the story with you today. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. So, she can actually hear you while we are sharing the story with you here today. And what matters is she agreed to share the story with you, realizing that the community out here is very supportive. And you will understand where she is coming from, though it's slightly difficult to connect to Belle. Okay, so this is Belle during early school days. Now I'll try to narrate the problem that Belle has. So Belle is somebody who is, full of life. She just wants to give every single thing a try. And this is that point of time when Belle was. I spent a lot of time with Belle to actually understand, the whole process and all those things. And I've tried to remember the facts and figures correctly so that I can, narrate the story to you very nicely. I think the amount of time I've spent with Belle for the purpose of this talk, I think Shashank would have spent, to make that average booty completion kind of thing. So this is Belle during early school days, and she was full of life. She wanted to give try to every single thing. And she used to participate into various different competitions, and one day she ended up giving music a try. She chose of participating in the singing competition. And she then just started trying to sing. She never took any formal trainings or anything for music or something, but she never knew that music is not something which is not for her or something like that. So she just started that journey. She went into it. She gave various different things a try. And while participating, she was highly discouraged. She was told that no, singing is not for you. You sing very badly. You should go out and try poetry or something like that. Singing is never meant for you. These were the exact words that was told to Belle. And Belle took it on heart because Belle was fine with other skills and she was fine giving those things. But she realized that okay, whenever I try to do it next, people might have same opinion of me. And eventually she did try it, that effectively or something like that. Now this is Belle during middle school days. She has grown up slightly, and these images are shared by Belle herself. And when she grew up, she thought that okay, now maybe I could give music a try. So she started doing it, but this time she turned out to be really naughty and mischievous girl by this point of time. So in schools and all those places, whenever she attended singing, sometimes it's a chorus singing, group round is going on. Principal used to come up on the stage and say that why is the chorus so bad? Why are you guys going offbeat? Why is this happening? And Belle used to realize that immediately it's happening because of me. So now once it was like the principal ended up putting the entire mic in front of her. And she had to, sing or something like that. Principal was observing. She just ended up doing some lip sync or kind of thing and did not end up singing. Whenever she attempted to sing, the girl who used to stand in front used to turn back and say, I think you're singing slightly different than what all of us are trying to sing. So that is what happened. And eventually she just left raps, and I want to narrate it to the world out there. I need a medium to express myself. But what was happening was, the beats were too fast, and it's very important to be on the beats while you're rapping or something like that. And then she was idealizing these people who were singing here, who were performing this rap songs here, and they also used to sing one or two kind of lines in between kind of thing. So after so many years, after school done, college done, all those things, when Belle landed here, she realized that I listened to the people out there, and I never actually took a formal training. I never actually gave singing a try, and now it's actually needed to take my writing skills to the next level, and this thing is pretty important for me. So Belle now wants to express herself, and she's trying to find the root because of the whole issue of why she cannot sing. And while going through all those episodes, she came across this line where they say आपने beat miss कर दिया. And then तो suddenly click होता है. What is beat? Beat miss कर दिया? How does that get missed? And Belle goes back, plays the same episode where the person missed the beat 10 times. Belle was not able to spot it. Like, Belle does not realize they missed the beat. And Belle was just trying to figure it out that, what is next story for her. And Belle came to this. Now, she wants to try it out, but she has all kind of questions in the world to figure it out. She says, am I musically deaf? She's just trying to think, am I musically deaf? What is it that, is stopping me? She goes across thousands of those tests on YouTube and other platforms where they play some musical instruments and they just ask you true or false kind of questions, asking you to differentiate between whether sound A and B were same or they were different. These sounds were played from different musical instruments, and Belle just chose to, just take it out and just figure it out person. But what she figured out was she was somewhere average. Initially, she thought that if I'm musically deaf, I should, leave this and not at all give this a try. And these were the terms she was coming across while she was trying to search the internet, and that was creating more doubts in her mind. Then she chose of giving each of these things a try. And she felt like, no, I'm not musically deaf, there's still some hope left for me. I should still continue going ahead and giving those things a try. And her third condition is the line that she's going to do it for you will play on the screen once. Audience is going to sing it next. And then Belle will choose whether Belle wants to do it or not. You guys are fine with that? Agree? Okay. Belle, we're trying to get you on the lead call. We'll be playing the music on the screen next. And let's see if, okay. Come on, you should do it. Fine. Okay, I think my laptop will be able to do that. I'll add something into Canva for that. It's fine, Okay, can you try playing this please? Yeah, your turn. Come on. Try it out. Okay, are you confused with the things I want to play this again? How should we play it again? Try it out. Once more. I think the music was right. Okay, let's see. Where does it for you? मैंने लड़ता गया रोज में सीखा बातें खुद पे लेना न किस्मत का दोष है हार नहीं मानी मैंने लड़ता गया रोज में सीखा बातें खुद पे लेना न किस्मत का दोष है So yeah, this was some of the card guides I made in the journal for the purpose of this talk. I'm sharing this story. I could have chosen any other successful story out of the events I've done into the city or anything else. But I just want to remove the very concept of success and failure from your lives. And I just want you to improve and see how much you're growing. I don't know how vulnerable I stand right now, how miserable I stand right now. But I did it in front of an audience of 50 people, and that is #DareToBe. That's our theme for today.